Modern India's geography was shaped by a series of separations. In 1893, the Durand Line removed Afghanistan. In 1935, Burma became a distinct colony. And in 1947, the Radcliffe Line partitioned the subcontinent into India and Pakistan. In 1947, what remained was not a unified country, but a map of overlapping authorities. It consisted of provinces directly ruled by the British and hundreds of independent monarchies. This map shows the complexity of that transition. Outside the white areas of British India, there were 552 separate princely states, each with its own administration and internal borders. To hold these 552 units together, the founders needed a specific legal framework, a set of rules to define the new nation's territory and make its borders permanent. That framework begins with Article 1. It establishes the name and territory of the nation. India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. The choice of the word union was deliberate. In a confederation, states are loosely joined and can leave at any time. In a federation, like the United States, the country is an agreement between states. If the agreement is dissolved, the states can theoretically separate. India is a union. This means the states are not part of a temporary agreement. They are integral parts of a single entity, and they have no legal right to secede from the country. While Article 1 establishes this union, it does not list the individual states by name. Instead, it refers to Schedule 1 of the Constitution, which categorizes every territory into 3 types. The first is states, the second is union territories, and finally, acquired territories. By prioritizing the union over the federation, the drafters ensured that while internal borders might shift, the integrity of the national border would remain constant. While Article 1 defines what India is, Article 2 explains how it can grow. It gives Parliament the power to admit new foreign territories into the Union. The most significant use of this power was the integration of Sikkim. In 1974, the kingdom sought a closer relationship with India and was initially admitted as an associate state. By 1975, through the 36th Amendment, Sikkim was fully integrated as the 22nd state of India, granting its people the same constitutional protections and rights as every other citizen. Article 2 provides a peaceful legislative mechanism for the sovereign territory of India to expand. Article 3 addresses the inside of the map. It grants Parliament the authority to create new states, change existing boundaries, or rename any state within the Union. This power was utilized immediately after independence to integrate the 552 princely states. This effort was led by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who worked to merge these separate monarchies into a unified administration. While most states joined through negotiation, others required military intervention. In Hyderabad, the government launched Operation Polo to end the Nizam's bid for independence and integrate the region by force. In Jammu and Kashmir, Raja Hari Singh initially sought to remain independent. However, an invasion by armed groups from Pakistan forced a change in strategy, leading him to sign the Instrument of Accession to join India. Article 3 remains active today. It was the tool used to create Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand, and Jharkhand in 2000, and most recently to carve Telangana out of Andhra Pradesh in 2014. This article acts as a legislative tool, allowing the government to resize and reshape states to meet new administrative or political needs. Redrawing the map of 1 billion people might seem like a slow process, but Article 4 ensures that these changes can happen quickly. Laws passed under Articles 2 and 3 do not require a complex constitutional amendment. Instead, they can be enacted by a simple majority in Parliament, requiring only 50% of the vote to pass. Additionally, Article 4 specifies that the President is bound to accept these changes. Once Parliament passes the law, it cannot be vetoed or returned. By removing these procedural hurdles, Article 4 allows the central government to reorganize the internal map of the country whenever stability or efficiency requires it. By the 1950s, the original system of dividing states into 4 administrative categories, A, B, C, and D, was failing to meet the needs of the population. Citizens began demanding that borders be redrawn according to linguistic identities. Fearing that language-based borders would weaken the new union, The Dhar Commission and the JVP Committee both rejected these demands, recommending that geography and administration should remain the only criteria for statehood. The turning point came in 1952. Padi Srimamalu, an activist demanding a Telugu-speaking state, died after a 56-day hunger strike. His death triggered widespread unrest across southern India. To restore order, the government was forced to act. In 1953, they created Andhra Pradesh, making it the first state in India organized specifically around a common language. This shift demonstrated that the original administrative categories could not accommodate the cultural and linguistic identities of the people, forcing a complete rethink of how the country was mapped. Following this, the Fazl Ali Commission was established to reorganize the entire country. They recommended that while language should be a primary factor, no state should be exclusive to a single language, protecting the rights of all minorities. Their findings led to the Seventh Amendment in 1956. The old A, B, C, and D categories were abolished and replaced by 14 states and 6 union territories. These union territories were created for regions with unique needs, such as the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, which were too distant for standard statehood, but too strategically important to leave without direct federal oversight. Further changes followed, such as the Shah Commission in 1966, which divided the Pepsu region into the states of Punjab, Haryana, and the territory of Himachal Pradesh, based on linguistic and geographic differences. Today, that map has evolved into 28 states and 8 union territories. The flexibility of Articles 1 through 4 has allowed India to remain a stable, unified nation, an indestructible union comprised of ever-changing states.